Welcome back to Instables, everyone. So I'm going to go with you guys in the S&P 500. I wanted to recap with you guys on Powell. Powell is speaking 20 minutes before market open going into tomorrow. I wanted to recap again a couple weeks ago mentioning that we need a continuation on a decrease in inflation. Again, our next CPI inflation report is next Tuesday. That is on September 13th. So we're going to keep an eye on that exact CPI report. Again, our recent CPI was a decrease from 9.1 to 8.5. That's even lower than our prior CPI that we had at 8.6, went down to 8.5. So we are looking for a continuation on that decrease in CPI, and then we are looking for that increase in unemployment to see that we are possibly fighting inflation well enough for Powell and the Feds to decrease in rates to possibly increase growth from the amount of growth that they are trying to slow down. So our question is now, where exactly may we be headed next, since we are bouncing off of our support here within our 388, 391 range that we have been talking about, and we also are testing with our 20-day and our 50 here. Where exactly may we be headed next? What kind of strength do we have here? I'm going to go over all this with you guys. Now, before I jump into this, if you guys can do me a huge favor, smash that like button if you find this video useful at all, and hit subscribe if you want to see more chart updates on potential breakouts that I mention every single day throughout the week. And if you guys are looking for very volatile breakouts, my favorite breakout that we had of the day from pre-market with QNRX, again, a very nice breakout from pre-market at $3.68 here at about 4:30 a.m. in the morning, and then we did continue on higher on the day, broke up to $4.22 here right before market open, as you guys can see here, and then we did continue on past that, continued on higher in the day. A very nice breakout that we had in the Instables room here, a total of about 30% on the day. Again, if you want to see these major breakouts, very volatile breakouts that we mention every single day, go to instables.com in the description below, and you will never miss a breakout alert today again. So jumping into the daily chart with you guys here on the SPY, as you guys can see, we had a very nice bounce on our support between our 388 and 391 range that we have been looking over. Our question is, are we going to continue on with this bounce? As you guys can see, we do have our 20 almost crossing just below our 50. As you guys can see, previously our 20 crossed above our 50. We did continue on with this momentum to the upside. So we're wondering if we are going to continue on with that momentum to the downside, since we almost are crossing lower here. So we're going to be careful. And as you guys can see on our buy pressure, as far as our MACD, looking for a continuation on these white shaded lines to continue on lower to show us that we are losing that sell pressure to the downside. However, as you guys can see, we do again have our 12 EMA and our 26 still crossing down. We need our 12 and our 26 to ultimately cross up from one another. If we do not get our 12 and our 26 to cross back up, then we are not ultimately shifting in momentum. As you guys can see on the RSI, again, we were pointing down yesterday, a little overextended to the downside since we have been continuing on lower. Now we are pointing up, wondering to see if we can get above the median of our RSI here. If we cannot, in my opinion, continue on above the median of our RSI, then that could be that rejection, especially if Jerome Powell comes out very hawkish. We could continue on lower, in my opinion, possibly look for those bullish divergence from here, looking to see if we can get, again, higher lows here as we are getting lower highs on our price action. That's exactly what we'd be looking for to see if we can continue on higher. As far as our candle structure, and I wanted to talk about our candle structure. It's very important, but again, not exactly as important as listening to Powell tomorrow, because again, Powell can totally change what may happen here. As you guys can see, again, we do have an engulfing candle. As you guys can see, the full body of our candle completely covering our prior day's body. So again, showing us that engulfing candle. So again, that does show us that we have a lot of strength to the upside. However, we are just below a very key support that we could not continue on past here. As you guys can see, rejections to the downside and the upside here continued on lower. So I would want to see if we can at least close above 401 highs again of last Friday. So again, these are the highs of last Friday at 401. In my opinion, the upper end of our inverted hammer would be more room to run to the upside, since again, we do have again this large gap down that we had, showing us that we do have room to run to the upside if we do continue on above this level here to the upside. So again, we are going to be looking for, in my opinion, to see if we can continue on above 405, to see if we do again have that room to run to the upside within this body. So again, that is what I'll be looking for, to see if we can continue on higher. I do want to see if we can at least jump back above our 20-day moving average. As you guys can see, again, curling down here, showing us that we are pointing down. I want to see if we can at least jump above it, start to respect our 20-day moving average, and then start to continue on higher here. Again, that would be that momentum I'll be looking for to the upside. But again, pointing down here, I definitely would be careful, since again, we did get that rejection on the lower end of our 20-day moving average, possibly signifying that we could continue on lower. So again, I appreciate everybody that has been coming over every single day and supporting the channel. You guys mean so much to me, and we will continue to go at it. Stay patient. Make sure we are staying focused on candle structure here. Again, looking to see if we can jump back over 401 highs of last last Friday, continue on above 405 in my opinion, to see if we can again have that room to run to the upside. But again, with our 20 crossing back under our 50, we want to see if we can at least cross back above to get ultimately that strength to the upside. And also, as you guys can see, our EMA line's looking to see if we can cross above, and look again to see ultimately if we can jump above the median of our MACD here. If we cannot jump above the median of our MACD, then in my opinion, we could again continue on with that pressure to the downside. We're going to make sure we are careful, but again, leading into Powell tomorrow, very much predicated on exactly what Powell has to say tomorrow. If Powell, for example, says anything overly bullish, then we can totally have a major bounce back in the market. We'll see exactly what Powell has to say and what CPI holds for us on Tuesday. And again, if you guys do like this video, it does help the channel grow, and I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in pre-market.